What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this album from CJ Fly called Rudebwoy. Now, CJ Fly is a rapper out of Brooklyn who's also a co-founding member of Pro Era, and even though he has been active since the 2010s, the earlier 2010s, I haven't really jumped into a project of his until now. I have heard him featured here and there, and I always thought he was pretty dope, but this album here is the first time that I ever dived deep into a project of his, and I'm glad I did, because I thought this shit was pretty dope. One of the things that I really liked about this is how I got a sense of who he is and what he's been through. It really is somewhat of an autobiographical album, because he's really great at opening up, getting honest, and telling very personal stories. The single Show You, for example, is this upbeat track with high energy drums as CJ Fly is telling you about all the different communities in New York. He also has a little bit about how he and his family have been involved in these communities, whether they were moving around, times he's been robbed and got into different things. Thought that was a really cool idea for a track. And then on City We From, he and Conway get extra grimy over this very horrific piano backdrop. This shit sounds like something out of a horror movie. I know I say that a lot, but I like beats that have that spooky and eerie feel to it, so I really did appreciate this one. You're gonna get some usual gangsterisms from Conway with bars like, "Look, shoot first, I don't talk much, fuck a drive-by, my shooter's doing walk-ups, that was extra hard," and CJ Fly hangs in there spitting lines like this: "My shooter always got that bang like he's a fan of Lauren, don't practice falconry, but somehow we still got the hawk in." Really a dope track all around. That was one of my favorites. And just as grimy, maybe even grimier, is the song Jooks. This one has very vivid imagery and storytelling as CJ Fly is painting the picture of robbing somebody, and he's doing an even better DMX impression on this song than what Denzel Curry was doing on his last album. This shit sounds so much like DMX to me, other than, there's not all kinds of dogs barking and wilding out on it, but it does sound a lot like him. Like if I had just heard this somewhere in the background, kind of half paying attention, I might have thought it was some new DMX. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a very slinky backdrop on this song, and just to be clear, all the production on here is done by Statik Selektah, who kept things very cohesive throughout. However, he does come through with a lot of variety, and I will talk about some of the other sounds on here as we get deeper into it. But I really want to get deeper into some of the struggles that CJ Fly is rapping about on here. As I said earlier, this is very autobiographical. The song Strugglin', for example, tells the tale of his father as a Jamaican moving to Brooklyn in the 80s, getting caught up in some law trouble, but eventually doing right. He gets his education and meets CJ's mother, going on to have CJ. Thought this was just a powerful track about humble beginnings and coming out on the right side of things. And equally as powerful is the song Barrell, where CJ is rapping about his distrust of police and how it stems from an incident where one of them had the gun right in his face as he was just a young man. Really do appreciate all these moments on here. There is no shortage of poignant thoughts, opinions, and ideas. One of those projects that really sucks you in. And as I said a couple of times, man, you come out of this feeling like you've got a very good look and glimpse into CJ Fly's life. Even on the song LV Ascot, he raps about the trials and tribulations of growing up in the ghetto, brings up how someone stole his Pokemon game when he was trying to get Mewtwo, so hopefully by now, at whatever age he is, he got to experience that joy of getting Mewtwo. If he happens to watch this, you gotta let me know, man, how is that Pokemon collection looking? And then on Hard Times, CJ is rapping about battling depression and substance abuse, all while trying to find his way and navigate life. It has a very dreamy backdrop, as well as some nice additional vocals from Lexi Paz, and it's worth noting that CJ Fly keeps things interesting throughout this whole album by switching his flow up a lot. I think he has some great rhyme schemes. He can rap fast, he can rap slow, he brings in some sing-songy styles as well, and he also has that Caribbean influence in there with some of the slang, the dialect, and just the flavor that he's putting on these tracks. So there is a little bit of originality going on here, and that certainly does help uplift things. But to get into the variety with the production that I spoke on earlier, you are going to get some lighter, smooth joints here. On I Tried, we get this very hazy instrumental, just sounds like something that would play in a smoky lounge as CJ and Ocean are rapping and also singing about a relationship that's not quite working out. I thought Ocean really stole the show on here, so I'll have to look deeper into the work that that duo is doing. And then with the song Block Party, you're getting what you expect from the title, just a very smooth, summery joint, and CJ Fly and Kirk Knight are on here rapping about lighting up the barbecue grill, trying to keep things light, not getting all violent, getting into extra shit like that. You feel the summer breeze, you enjoy the sunshine. Just a really catchy, smooth track. And I thought the bass line on this kind of reminded me of Tupac's song Do For Love. Just has a very warm, bubbly feel to it. So these were some other tracks on here that I really appreciated. As for another track from Statik Selektah that I want to talk about, well, I mean, he did all the beats on here, but another beat that I really liked on this project is that Rudebwoy, man. This has that authentic 90s boom bap sound. You know how sometimes people try to emulate that and do it and it just sounds kind of forced, unnatural? That is not the case with this one, man. This shit sounds really dope. Love how this sounded, and I love how this whole project sounded, really, so I'm gonna go with the 8.5 out of 10. I really don't have too many complaints here. I mean, he's not breaking the mold sonically. Like, I don't think there's too much experimentation or anything that's gonna blow you out of the water if you're looking for something that's gonna take the game to the next level, but he does everything on here very well. Paints pictures, raps really good, keeps it versatile with the sing-songiness, also has great production from Statik Selektah, excellent lyricism, all those things. But my least favorite track would have to be The Pros. It's still not a bad track, it's just a posse cut thrown on the end of the project, just representing for Pro Era. I just kind of felt like that beat was a little bit dull, maybe a bit more epicness or something like that would have worked better for a posse cut. Just my opinion, but still pretty solid beat, man. Just this very drowsy piano shit going on, so it is what it is. I just like when a posse cut has a bit more bang to it, or maybe some beat switch ups when other verses are coming in. I think that kind of makes it a bit better, but that's just my opinion. You guys check this project out for yourself and let me know down below how you feel, because I always want to be in contact with y'all. And of course, make sure you do that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.